So what's good, people? This is the CEO of Yapping, and we are back again today for yet another Yap session. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is feeling like you need to have your life figured out, and basically talking about how it's okay to not have everything figured out all of the time. Because if you feel like you're behind in life, or if you feel like everyone else has it figured out except you, let me tell you something, people. You are not alone, and more importantly, you don't need to have everything figured out. Society kind of makes you feel like you need a perfect plan throughout life, but the truth is, most people, including me, are just winging it all the time and just bullshitting through life, and that is completely okay. And if you really think about it, how many times in your life have you changed your mind about something? Maybe you thought you wanted a certain career, but now you're second guessing it, or maybe you used to think that success meant one thing, but now you're realizing it's kind of something completely different. That's completely normal. Life is not about having a fixed plan. It's more about adapting, learning, and growing from things. And I think that from a young age, we're told to have a plan. It's kind of pick a career, go to college, get a stable job, buy a house, and settle down. That is basically the summarized American dream. For those of you who live in the US, will definitely relate to what I'm saying right there, right? It's almost like life is supposed to be some kind of checklist, and if you're not hitting those milestones by a certain age, people look at you and think that you're failing. But the reality is, life is not a straight path. It's very messy, it's unpredictable, and it's just full of detours and random bullshit going on 24/7. And we also see people on social media hitting major milestones. We see people getting promotions, starting businesses, buying houses, and it's very easy to feel like we're falling behind, like myself included. Just looking on social media, I see that shit all the time. But what we don't see is the struggle, the doubt, the moments they questioned everything. Social media is very fake, and you only really see the highlights from people, and that's what they post online. They never show the lowlights. So success isn't as instant as it looks on social media. It takes a lot of time, and everyone moves at their own pace. And I used this example in my last video, but I'm going to use it again. If you look at someone like Steve Jobs, who is one of the most famous people of all time, completely revolutionized the tech industry, changed how phones work forever, created a multi-trillion-dollar business. That's the same guy who dropped out of college, was severely depressed, had no goals or aspirations whatsoever, and had no idea what he was doing with his life. And later on, he went on to do all of the things I just listed, okay? And you can also look at someone like Oprah, right? Who's one of the most famous people. She has her own TV show. She has all kinds of shit, right? She got fired from her first TV job before she became like a media presence. And Colonel Sanders didn't even start KFC until he's in his 60s. And now, obviously, the guy's chicken is fucking good. And he's a multimillionaire by now. So these people did not have their lives figured out early on, but they figured things out as they went on. And they kind of moved and adapted to shit as it came. And that's how you should live your life. And it's not just about famous people either, okay? I personally know people in my life who switch careers in their 30s, and they're happier than they ever have been. And I know people who went back to school in their 40s because they finally discovered their passion. There is no deadline for figuring out your life. The idea that you need to have it all figured out in your 20s or even before that is a complete myth. And to be quite honest with you, it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't even know how that started. And I want to expand further on this by saying life isn't about having all of the answers to everything. It's much more about asking questions and trying new things. Obviously, throughout your life, especially if you're young, like me, I'm 19 years old. If you're young like me, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to take wrong turns, and you're going to second guess yourself. And that doesn't mean that you're failing. That's called growth, okay? Every mistake teaches you something, every setback is a lesson, and every wrong turn might lead you to the right place. And it took a long time for me to fully learn that and understand it, but thankfully I have. And I get it, like mistakes are scary. No one wants to waste time, but here is the thing. Time spent learning and growing is never wasted, okay? The wrong job, the failed relationship, the business that didn't work out, whatever it is, they all teach you something valuable. The only way to truly waste your time is by being too afraid to try or do something. And here is a secret. Even the people who look like they have it all together simply just do not. Like I was saying before, social media makes it look like everyone else has a perfect life, but behind the scenes, you don't see shit. Like they're dealing with doubts, stress, struggles just like you, but nobody truly has it all figured out people on social media are just much better at hiding it. And I have personally had moments where I thought I had my life figured out, only to realize later that I was completely fucking wrong, okay? I guarantee you that is gonna happen again to me at some point, and again, and again. It's probably gonna happen 20 times throughout my life. And that is completely fine, and I'm prepared for it, because life isn't about reaching some like arbitrary final destination. It is about growing throughout the journey of your life. So what should you do instead of stressing about having like a master plan and having your whole life figured out? The first thing I would say is to focus on your growth. Try new things, learn new skills, generally try to improve yourself, okay? The next thing I would say is definitely embrace the uncertainty of your life. I would like to look at that as freedom and not really as failure. Nothing is ever certain, and I feel like that gives you some type of freedom. And the next thing I would say is stop comparing yourself to others the best that you can. Obviously, I know that's much easier said than done, but try your best to stop comparing yourself to other people, because the journey you're on is yours. It doesn't matter what little Timmy in geometry class says about your life. It's your life, so don't let other people dictate that to you. And I would also say to take small steps. Like, you don't need a perfect plan. You just need to be headed in a general direction and have a general idea of what's going on. You do not need to have everything figured out. And the last thing I would say here is to definitely enjoy the process of your life and figuring shit out. Life is not a race. Like I said, it is an experience. So enjoy the journey of figuring shit out, because there will be a day where you figure everything out, and you're going to miss the days when you were figuring it out. It's like a nice little cycle. So try to live more in the moment is basically what I'm saying there. And most importantly, I would say you definitely need to trust yourself. You have already made it through 100% of the worst days of your life. You've overcome shit you never thought you would get through. You've adapted before, and you will continue to adapt for the rest of your life. Life is unpredictable, but hey, so are we. Like, I'm not predictable. You never know when an upload's coming on this channel. Nothing's ever predictable. So you're more capable than you think you are. So in closing here, I think that the truth is life is about discovering, not planning everything in advance, okay? It's all right if you don't have everything figured out right now. Nobody in the world does. What matters is that you keep going, keep learning, and keep evolving. So sit right there. I'm gonna do it with you, all right? Take a deep breath. Stop stressing and just focus on living your life, people. But anyway, let me know in the comments, what is one thing you used to stress about that you've now realized was not a big deal at all? I want to start a conversation down there. I'd love to yap to you guys in the comments. But anyway, if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you boys, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I don't know when the next one will be, because my motivation goes straight up and down like a goddamn bell curve. But hey, we'll see when the next one is. I love you boys. Peace.